penultimate, if you will. Telling on the theme, final act, Neil Kutzen.
Hi, Neil.
My dad was a really sweet guy. Everybody loved him. I loved him. And there he was in the hospital. Last act, he was dying of cancer. He was in bed. He couldn't move anything but his arms and his hands. And my new wife and I were on the far side of the room talking. And my dad waved me over. He wanted to tell me something. So I came over and I put my ear right down to his lips because his voice was that low. So imagine the back of my hand is my ear. It was this close to his lips. And this is what he said to me. And then I gave him my cheek, and he gave me more kisses. That was my dad, and that was his final act. My wife and I drove home that night not knowing that that night my father would die and that we would conceive our first child. I like to think that maybe their paths crossed in the night. I loved those kisses that my father gave me. When my daughter was born, I started giving her those kisses on her fingers, on her belly, and my favorite place, on her toes. And then I had a second daughter, 10 more baby toes to kiss, and that daughter's right here tonight. She's no longer a baby. Hi, Tolly. But I had two things that I knew. They would outgrow the kisses, and I wouldn't. And so I did something brilliant. I told my daughters the story about my dad and about these kisses, and I started calling them Grandpa Alex kisses, which gave them a connection to this grandfather that they had never met before. And so the kisses lived on. And whenever I kissed my daughters, I would give them Grandpa Alex kisses. And I still give those kisses. My girlfriend Susie, who's also here tonight, hi Susie, when I told her that I was going to be telling this story, she told me that on our first big date 5 years ago, when I told her that I really liked her, I gave her those kisses. I hadn't remembered that, but she did. I guess it made a good impression.
Wow.
So, kissing in general in our culture means a single peck on the cheek. That's it. Unless it's romantic kissing. If it's not romantic, that's it. A single peck, that's all you get. That's all you get to give. And that is very sad. Because kissing is very sweet. For both the kissee and the kisser. In fact, let's do it now. Everybody, hold up the back of your hand to your lips. And now hug that hand with your other hand because hugs go really well with these kisses. And now give yourself some Grandpa Alex kisses. And more. See what I'm saying? I will bet you that both the kissies and the kissers here tonight like that. Well, a couple of years ago, I told this story to a very different kind of group. I was at a weekend sensitivity retreat. I'm kind of a sensitive guy, at least on weekends. And they had a variety show with storytelling, and anybody could get up on stage and tell. And so I got up on stage and I told this story that I'm telling you tonight about my dad, about my daughters, about these kisses. I told the story to this group of 40 sensitive people. And it was well received. At the end of the weekend, everybody gathered in this one room to say individual goodbyes to each other. And needless to say, there was some hugging going on. And I looked around, and all of a sudden I could hear People were adding Grandpa Alex kisses to their hugs. Who knew? Well, now you've heard the story, and so maybe you'll start adding Grandpa Alex kisses to your hugs.
Wow.